you there, Tilly?
Good morning, Lucia. What's the matter?
Could you pick up my child and take care of him for a while?
What?
I'm busy, unlike you, so just do it for me, okay?
Hold on. This is just too sudden. Why do I need to take care of your child?
Well, I inherited the ownership of a luxury hotel my mother-in-law owned when she was hospitalized.
That's the first time I heard that.
It starts from today. A large group of visitors is going to be staying during the weekend, so I'm going to be really busy. Which is why I'm asking you, the mother who looks like she has the most time on her hands, to take care of my child. I'll probably be asking similar favors of you from now on, okay?
Wait, hold on. That hotel! My husband and I are going to be staying there over the weekend.
Huh? What? Oh, you at a luxury hotel?
We made a reservation 6 months back.
Oh? What's the occasion?
It's me and my husband's 15th anniversary. His parents are going to be taking care of our son, so there's no way I'll be able to manage your child as well.
Are you sure about this?
Huh?
The lodging expenses are $500 per night. Someone as poor as you won't be able to stay here.
We already made the reservation, so we obviously know the prices.
You knew and still made the reservation? You don't seem to be getting it. This is a luxury hotel. It's not some cheap lodging people like you go to. Do you understand?
Of course I understand that's a luxury hotel, but we're not as poor as you think we are, you know?
Is that so?
Anyways, I won't be able to take custody of your child. My husband and I have plans to stay at your hotel this weekend. We look forward to it. Good morning, Lucia. Is now a good time?
Oh, if it isn't Tilly. So you decided to take care of my child for me after all?
I'm talking about our reservations. We tried checking in earlier, but we were told it was canceled.
What?
The concierge even said that we had to pay the cancellation fee in full, since the cancellation was made this morning. But I don't remember making any cancellations, and neither does my husband. Care to explain what's going on?
What do you mean, explain? If it was canceled, it was canceled. That's all there is to it. Could you just pay the cancellation fees and go home? I'm busy preparing for the group of visitors right now. Just because we're friends doesn't mean I can give you special services. So go home.
But we didn't cancel it. Even if we can no longer stay here, I'm not going home until I get a satisfactory answer.
I said it was canceled. That's all there is to it. If you won't go home, I'll call the police.
Fine. I'll just ask Mrs. Eleanor, the real owner of this hotel.
What? My mother-in-law?
Is there anyone else? I wasn't going to call her since she's in the hospital, but an acquaintance of mine who works here as a waitress said she's fine now. Apparently, she can give orders in case something happens, so I'll ask her.
What? How do you know her contact information? You know one of our waitresses? Tilly?
Lucia.
Oh, finally, a reply. What did you do?
I told Mrs. Eleanor about what happened. She told me to tell you that you're fired.
Oh, what?
She also said don't call yourself the owner when you're just a waitress. She said she might have to fire you from your job as a waitress as well.
Why? It's true I was a waitress until now, but my husband has no female relatives, so I automatically become this hotel's proprietress now that Miss Eleanor is hospitalized. I was just trying to take over for her. Why am I fired?
I told Mrs. Eleanor that her reservation was canceled abruptly, so she asked the front desk about it. When they checked the security footage for this morning,
Security footage?
they saw you canceling our reservations.
What?
Apparently, you have high-quality security cameras that can capture screens clearly.
The cameras were that good?
Apparently, that being the case, Mrs. Eleanor said that the fake prophetess, Lucia Harper, needs to pack her bags and go home.
No, but this is my chance now that my mother-in-law's in the hospital.
Mrs. Eleanor is probably going to contact you later, but apparently she asked her nephew, who's experienced running a hotel, to take care of things while she's gone.
What?
Mrs. Eleanor's hospitalization was so sudden, so apparently she just got here.
What? She's already here?
Apparently, she was already going to come here next month to train under Mrs. Eleanor.
What? I wasn't the one who was going to inherit the hotel?
She said the staff was already told about it. You didn't hear? I find it difficult to believe that someone who can't even listen announcements is fit to become the next propertess. Not to mention that she just cancels the reservations of customers.
What? You're the one to blame. Poor people like you shouldn't come to luxury hotels in the first place. I was just trying to make sure you didn't throw away all your money.
Stop messing around. Why do you keep calling me poor?
But the things you wear are always so shabby.
What, shabby?
You only wear cheap clothes from fast fashion stores. The fact that you live with your husband's family, too? You have to depend on your husband's parents since you have no money, right?
Is that why you keep calling me poor?
You were probably lying back there, too.
You mean how Mrs. Eleanor's nephew is in charge while she's gone?
Yes, it's all a lie, isn't it? There's no way someone like you knows Miss Eleanor's contact information anyways.
I know her contact information from work.
What? Work?
I'm a writer for a travel magazine.
Huh?
The waitress I said who was my acquaintance, she's the one who showed me around when I wrote an article on the hotel.
A writer for a travel magazine? You?
I stopped writing when I got married and had children. But I decided to start doing it again thanks to my son and husband's support. I told my husband's parents about it, and I was able to get a job writing a special article for a travel magazine my brother-in-law is the chief editor of. The theme was luxury hotels a couple would go to for their 15th anniversary.
A special article for a travel magazine? And you chose this hotel?
Yes. The plans for an interview were ruined thanks to you, though.
Well...
While Mrs. Eleanor was checking the security footage, I was explaining the situation to my brother-in-law. Thanks to you, they have nothing to put in the special feature section, and trying to figure out what to do.
But why not just pretend there was never any cancellation? There are rooms available, so everything will be alright if you just stay there instead, no?
I think that's impossible.
Why?
The room me and my husband were supposed to stay at is now the playhouse of your children, because you can find anyone to take care of them, right? One of the waitresses checked the room because of complaints from the other customers. Apparently, they destroyed the shelves and cabinets and wrote on the walls and floors with a marker. The room was a mess, she said.
You're kidding!
I was planning on making that room the center of my article, but it seems that's impossible now.
I had no idea this would happen.
Also, it seems your children were taken away and scolded in the staff room.
What?
Where was their mother during all this?
Well...
You should probably just show yourself in the situation.
Tilly! Answer my calls! Oh, what should I do? My husband divorced me!
Oh, hi, fake propertess.
Oh, don't call me that, will you?
During yesterday's mess, you were cheating on your husband with another guy in one of the rooms, weren't you? Not only that, but you pretended to be in charge and made a mess of things, even ruining one of the hotel's best rooms. The article, which was supposed to give your hotel some publicity, was delayed, along with the campaign that was planned to start with its release. No wonder you were divorced.
Oh, can't you do something about this? My husband is suing me for the cheating. That alone is enough to make my head hurt. But I have to pay for the damages my kids paid to the room and all sorts of other fines. I don't even have a job anymore now that I was fired.
Oh, is that so? That must be tough.
Yes, it is!
Good luck.
Huh? What's with your tone?
I'll block you now.
Wait! I'm being asked to pay a huge amount of money! What am I supposed to do on my own? Tilly!
I couldn't really have done anything if I wanted. I heard Lucia's parents cut ties with her after this incident, and her husband got custody of their child after the divorce. She isn't close with any of her other relatives either, so she's completely on her own basically. The guy she was cheating on her husband with too disappeared after paying the fine. She now lives alone in a tiny apartment, without even enough money to move even if she wanted to. Apparently, she works part-time jobs, but is basically useless when it comes to work. Even though she's got tons of debt, it seems that it's only a matter of time before she gets fired again.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Becky! Are you really having a wedding ceremony? You have enough money for that? My husband makes good money. Do you want us to loan you some? Oh, but you probably wouldn't be able to pay it back. Yeah, forget what I said. You can't borrow any money.
We're more than capable of planning a ceremony within our means.
Really? You sure?
Kieran, I really don't know why you felt the need to have the same conversation with me every day, but being a two-income family does not make us poor. Some people like me have jobs they just like doing, even if their husband makes enough money to support the family by himself.
But my husband Kyle works at a huge company that pays him a ton of money, so I don't need to work. Why would you work if you don't have to? That just shows your husband doesn't make enough. I feel bad for you.
I'll thank you to not badmouth Trent to me. No matter what you may think, he's my husband and I'm proud to be his wife. Also, you really need to get with the times and realize that there's more than one way to make a marriage work these days, and you probably shouldn't make those kind of remarks to anyone.
Why not?
You're only going to embarrass yourself.
What's embarrassing about telling the truth?
Okay, well, don't blame me when you lose all your friends.
Oh, you're just jealous because you're dirt poor. I wonder what sort of wedding poor couples have. Oh, I can't wait.
You're unbelievable.
Hey, again, congratulations on your wedding. I hate to do this 1 minute before the service, but I decided not to go. Bye-bye.
Huh? Kieran, I wondered when you were going to show up, but now I see that you canceled. 1 minute before the service started? Geez, such odd timing. Almost seems intentional. Was this your plan all along?
Aren't you a smarty pants? Yep, that was the plan.
If you didn't want to come, you could have just said so from the start. I wasn't forcing you to come or anything.
But it was way funnier this way.
You think this is funny?
Oh, it is pretty funny, isn't it? Think about it. 1 minute before the service? It would have been better if you noticed sooner. Oh, that would have been awesome. I can just imagine the frustrated look on your face as you walk down the aisle. Oh, also, I didn't want to waste a gift on you.
What do you mean, waste?
You'd just pawn whatever we gave you to get money to pay your bills, wouldn't you? I'd feel kind of sad if the present we spent so much time and effort looking for ended up in some dirty pawn shop window. I'd rather just get something for myself or go on a group trip or something. And so, I'm going on a trip right now.
Good for you.
So we won't be coming to the wedding.
Whatever, have fun.
Ooh, somebody's angry.
If that's how you would have acted, I'm actually really glad you didn't come.
Hope you don't get too sad about us not giving you a present.
We already have everything we need in-house and didn't expect a gift from you or anyone else.
Oh, wow. How much did you have to borrow to buy all that stuff?
Nothing.
So you stole it.
The reception is starting. I'm gonna go now.
Enjoy the hot dogs and macaroni and cheese! Hey, Becky, you there?
Kieran? What do you want now?
Is the wedding over?
Of course it is. It's been over for hours now.
Oh, I didn't make it. But there's an after party, right?
Yeah. But I doubt you'd be interested, us being revolting peasants and all.
Ugh, are you still mad about that? Anyway, we came back for the party.
Why?
Sisters don't keep secrets, Becky. Why didn't you tell me your husband was a famous YouTuber?
How did you...
Aunt Grace posted a picture on social media.
No, I'm pretty sure I've told you about him before.
No, you didn't. He doesn't use his real name on his channel. I had no idea.
A lot of artists use stage names. His offline personality is way different from his videos, so a lot of people he meets never even notice who he is.
A bunch of his big YouTuber friends are there too. It's all over social media. I want to meet them too. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Oh, and Kyle is a big fan of your husband's. Can he get an autograph? I just subscribed to his channel too, so after he signs one for Kyle, I want my own autograph. Oh, and I want him to sign it, the lovely Kieran.
You're unreal.
So, where's the party?
You're not invited.
Huh?
Do you think I would just say, sure, Becky, come on over, after you belittled me like that? You canceled on the wedding a minute before it started. Mom and Dad are furious, and so are Trent's parents. Everyone knows what you said to me. Fortunately, they don't hold your atrocious behavior against me at all. But do you have any idea how much you've hurt us all today?
What's your problem? We're here now, aren't we? Can't we just let bygones be bygones?
No, you idiot.
Why not?
Because you're awful, that's why.
I want to come to the party. I can't miss this chance to meet so many famous people.
My wedding isn't a meet and greet.
Oh, would you grow up already? Tell me where the party is.
Never.
Come on.
Go home.
You're so mean. Kyle got fired.
Huh?
It's all your fault, Becky.
What are you talking about?
Ever since Trent banned Kyle from his live shows, Kyle's been in a massive depression. He started taking time off of work, but I guess he forgot to call into his company, so they fired him for consecutive no-shows.
Oh, the ban. That's what this is about.
Why did he get banned? Kyle is Trent's biggest fan, and now they're brothers-in-law. Trent can't ban his own brother-in-law.
I heard what happened from Trent. Kyle name-dropped Trent to try to get into the venue without a ticket, and when that didn't work, he tried to force his way in. The venue security tried to restrain him, and he went crazy, so they had to call the cops. How could he not get banned after that? He has only himself to blame.
But why did he have to get fired?
Isn't it obvious? Everyone knows that you have to call into work when you take time off. Most companies have rules about no-shows like that.
But he's super sad. Shouldn't they give him a break given the circumstances?
Nope.
Really?
You never had a job in your life, so you may not know this, but the real world isn't a very forgiving place. Also, if Kyle wasn't feeling up to calling in sick himself, you could have called in for him since you're his wife and all. Didn't you think about that?
Why would I have to do it for him?
Ah, so you didn't then.
Are you saying this is my fault?
You can interpret it however you want, but I've got to get back to work. I have a ton left to do before I can go home today.
Oh, that's right. A job.
What now?
Get your company to give Kyle a job.
What?
I heard you actually work for a pretty big company, so...
Tell him to look in the Help Wanted ads.
Why would he do that when he has a connection like you?
What kind of power do you think I have here? I'm just a regular employee.
But...
Not to mention, Kyle was dead weight at his old company.
Dead weight?
One of my friends I invited to the wedding works at the same company. He told me all about Kyle. Even if I were in the position to be able to get someone hired into the company on my recommendation, I wouldn't ruin my reputation by recommending Kyle.
That's not fair. If Kyle doesn't have a job, what am I gonna do? I'm a housewife.
How about you work until Kyle finds a new job?
Me? Why would I do that? I got married so I wouldn't have to work. That was one of my conditions when I agreed to marry Kyle. So I'm not gonna work, no way.
Oh, okay. Well, have fun being broke then.
No! That's what I'm trying to avoid. That's why I need your help, Becky.
Kieran, let me be very, very clear. I would never in a million years lift a single finger to help someone who insulted my beloved husband and me.
Please?
You and Kyle are gonna have to figure this out yourselves somehow. That's what couples do.
Becky?
Welcome to the real world. Figure it out yourself and get a job, you moocher.
Becky, please.
The more desperate you become for my help, the less likely I will ever help you.
You really won't help me?
Mom and Dad feel the same way, so don't go crawling to them asking to move in with them. You're on your own.
There goes plan B. Why are you doing this? Why are you making me get a job?
Because you're a lazy, spoiled brat.
Come on, can't you give me anything at all?
I have nothing more to say to you.
Becky, don't go! Please, Becky, I don't want to have to work.
Their impending bankruptcy must have gotten Kyle to come back to his senses, because he immediately started looking for work. Unfortunately, word of his repeated no-shows got around, so finding a place that would take him proved difficult. He eventually landed a part-time job at a supermarket and is aiming to work his way up to store manager. Kieran isn't satisfied with his drastically reduced pay and constantly nagged him to make more money. Kyle got tired of her refusal to work, so he threatened to divorce her unless she got a job. Kieran called his bluff and said, "You wouldn't dare." But guess what? He dared. She tried to come crying to me for help again when the divorce was finalized, but I ignored her. It seems like she came to her senses too, and she's currently working the night shift cleaning the floors at a local dive bar. I'm glad to see she's at least taken her first step toward being a normal adult human being, but we'll see how long she lasts.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Right? Which is why I figured I could just pay you off to hand Ryan over to me. With that, you'd quit your complaining and I'd have your husband all to myself.
Taken at first.
For sure. It took some time to adjust. I guess I am getting used to it now, though, little by little. Putting that aside for the moment, there's something important I need to discuss with you.
Something important? What is it?
Listen, I'm in Guam. The other was like watching a pair of loved-up teenagers. Anyone would think they were boyfriend and girlfriend. I wouldn't be messaging you like this if I wasn't certain, and I'm so sorry to have to be the one to tell you this, but I'm dead sure that's what's going on.
Wow. I see.
I panicked and I didn't know what to do, so I just took out my phone and started taking pictures while they weren't looking. You can see their faces pretty clearly. I'll send them to you soon.
I'm sorry to trouble you like this, sis.
Don't be silly. You're the last person who should be apologizing. I need Wi-Fi access to contact you here, so I can't reach you 24/7, but rest assured, if I find out anything else, I'll message you ASAP. Try not to worry, okay?
Okay, got it. Thanks for this. I'm really lucky to have a sister like you.
Wyatt, is now a good time?
I calmed down after doing a little digging and confirming my suspicions about the thing I remembered, so I'm feeling pretty level-headed now. Suddenly, everything makes sense. If anything, I'm thinking coolly and calmly about how I'm going to deal with my deceitful traitor of a wife when she flies back to the States.
I see. I'm flying back home today, so I won't be able to keep an eye on her like I have been doing anymore. I hope that's not a problem.
Sure, of course not. You've done more than enough, sis. I feel nothing but gratitude for what you've done for me. When I started digging myself, I was able to come up with heaps of evidence of the affair right from the comfort of the house here in Florida. To think people hire investigators for this kind of thing, I barely even had to try.
Huh? What do you mean? Like, what kind of evidence?
Her lover is none other than the husband of one of her friends and fellow moms from kindergarten.
Seriously?
His name's Paul. You might want to grab a sick bucket for this one, but apparently her pet name for him is Pollykins and he calls her his Rachiboo. It's hard to believe my own wife, a married woman with a little boy, would behave so deplorably. I can't even begin